It's time to get ready. Oh wow. It's time to get ready. Wake up. It's time to get ready. Time to get ready. Time to get ready. Whoa. Wake up. It's time to get ready. Oh wow. It's time to get ready. Wake up. It's time to get ready. Time to get ready. Time to get ready.
Welcome to the show. My name is Jorge. This is Off the Bench. And I just saw some news that really, it kind of pissed me off, to be frank with you. So apparently a report came out, according to the Wall Street Journal's Jared Diamond, that said that the Houston Astros never passed on players an official memo regarding the sign stealing. So apparently what had happened was that the Major League Baseball and Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred, apparently they granted immunity to the Houston Astros players that cheated. And if that ain't a bunch of bullcrap, I mean, according to this report that I'm reading right now, Jared Diamond's Twitter says that one reason why the MLB agreed to grant immunity to players in the sign stealing investigation, the league thought it would lose grievance hearings, in part because the Astros management never passed on Rob Manfred's 2017 sign stealing memo. So, as you recall in the previous episode, we discussed the timeline about the Houston Astros cheating. And yes, that's on me for not mentioning the memo that was passed around that MLB pretty much told Houston to stop with the stealing. And apparently the Astros front office never gave that memo to the players, even though during the investigation everyone that was being interviewed said, yeah, we knew about it, we tried to stop it. So now everyone involved that has already been punished looks worse. Because Manfred said, and the tweet goes on, it said, Manfred said that despite receiving those memos, Longhouse never forwarded them to or addressed their contents with the players and field staff, nor did he, quote, confirm that the players and field staff were in compliance with MLB rules and the memoranda, end quote. So basically, none of the players, and we mentioned before how it's complete bullshit, that none of the Houston Astros players were punished, not even Altuve, Bregman, no one is getting punished, and that was one of my big grievances with the punishments. And now come to find out that they were granted immunity because MLB was afraid they were going to lose the hearings, the grievance hearings? Are you fucking kidding me? This is ridiculous. The report goes on to say that this was an important fact for MLB if it had wanted to try to discipline players. Penalties would have been met with grievances by the MLB Players Association. Grievances that the league believes it would have lost. Like, I understand, and we mentioned this before, I understand that Major League Baseball's Players Association, their players union, is one of the strongest unions in all of sports. But for crying out loud, you're afraid of the grievance hearings? You're afraid that you're going to lose the grievance? Like, where's the integrity? Oh, we're just going to, just barely punish the team, barely punish the front office people. And what's worse, I was listening to the Michael Kay show earlier today, and there was a suggestion that the Mets hired Luis Rojas after Beltran got fired as a placeholder, since the contract is for 2 years. Some talk about club option for a third year, but 2 years just so the Mets could get AJ Hinch. Like, this is the problem. This is the problem. And I mentioned before. Look, apparently, and of course, the report goes on to say that Hinch knew about the sign stealing, didn't stop it. Alex Cora was an active participant, and so was Beltran. But there was in September 2017, Rob Manfred issued a statement saying that they're admonishing the Boston Red Sox for using Apple Watches. That's something I didn't bring up in the last episode, but yes, the Red Sox were using Apple Watches to steal signs from the Yankees. And then in his 9-page statement on how Houston set up a replay room. So it's a damn shame, really, when this report comes out. Because now the Red Sox are still under investigation. As of this recording, as of the last episode, I just don't... And the last line in this report really got me. Said, quote, although Astros players have avoided any official consequences, team owner Jim Crane told reporters Tuesday they will issue an apology during spring training. Are you serious? Are you serious? Issuing an apology? Like that's going to change everything? Oh, we're really sorry we were caught cheating. Let's continue playing baseball, guys. Are you fucking serious? This is absolutely ridiculous. This is, and I made the point in the previous episode when we talked about the entire scandal in its entirety. Look at me, I'm being redundant. But I spoke in the last episode how baseball. This is just going to lower the, I guess not the viewers, but like the overall integrity of the sport. No one's going to want to watch baseball with this kind of crap going on. Honestly, it's terrible for the sport, because now there's no deal that was struck. It's not like the players said, okay, like usually when someone's granted immunity, it's because they're going to offer information about in exchange for immunity. So if a cop arrests someone, they could ask for immunity in exchange for information on how to catch a perp or a suspect or whatever. But here, they were granted immunity because over grievance concerns, because you didn't think you'd win the grievance against the union. Fuck that. And if the players' union, you really as a players' union, you're going to defend the players cheating and ruining the sport? You're going to do that? Imagine if LeBron James had paid off an NBA referee for each of his championship wins. But then the NBA Players Association is like, well, we got to protect LeBron James. He's the best player in the league. He's the face of the NBA right now. Like, no. No. This is... Excuse me. I had a little cough there, but like, Jesus. This is awful. This looks awful for Major League Baseball. Like, how? How do you let this happen? Now, I know Danny's dugout really went in on this. She's calling for Rob Manfred's head, and at first I wasn't on board with that. I thought he was just playing things by the book, but now the longer this goes on, the more information gets out there about this scandal, the more everyone looks bad. Not just the Astros, not just the players, but MLB as a whole. Rob Manfred especially. This is absolutely ridiculous. This cannot stand. And I'm on board with Danny's dugout. Fire Rob Manfred. Get that man out of there. Get a new commissioner that will actually throw the hammer down when he says he's going to throw the hammer down. Not just tell it to teams so he can relax and have a good winter meetings and just focus on free agency. No. Fuck that. I'm done with this fucking crap. And excuse my language, but geez, this is... What's stopping other teams from cheating now? Because now the message you're saying is because the players hold all the leverage with the MLB Players Association, that they can just go out and cheat or just take advantage of the game. Just, okay, we can't use the cameras, but now we'll use a buzzer. We'll use an Apple Watch. We'll do all this. Well, they'll find different ways to cheat now. Because you didn't throw the hammer down. You didn't punished him severely enough. And now they're going to keep doing it. If not the Astros, another team. And the Mets. The Mets look awful in this right now. I don't know what the hell is going on with them. But that's another story for another day. As a New Yorker, I hope the Mets are competitive. But if their plan right now is just to have Luis Rojas as a manager and try to get AJ Hinch when Rojas's contract is up, I'm out of baseball. If AJ Hinch is able to get a job after this whole debacle, after he serves that 1-year suspension, and he's still able to get a managerial job, no, I'm out. I don't care how much I love the Yankees. I'll tune in, but no, I'm done. Not going to watch any playoffs. This is ridiculous. This is what drives fans away from the sport. Crap like this. How are you going to defend baseball now? First it was that players use steroids. Now it's this? Like, come on. For the love of the game. This could be the beginning of the death of baseball in America, ladies and gentlemen. I honestly believe that. Because this is, for that reason, to be why you grant to players immunity. Immunity! Not a suspension, nothing. You grant the cheaters immunity, but you slap the wrist of everyone else that was involved that you can punish. Two first and second round picks for the next 3 years. Are you kidding me? Anyway, that's it. That's the episode. I'm just furious right now. Look, if you're watching on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe for more off the bench content. If you're a Spotify listener, please follow the page. We're gonna have weekly episodes coming out, hopefully every Saturday. Of course, this was just something crazy urgent that I wanted to discuss before time got past me. But again, death of baseball. This is the beginning of death of baseball in America. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jorge Pajares. This has been Off the Bench. Thank you for listening.